What a cruel blackened.
This wasn't what I expected.
Unfortunately, she's not 2D, so I don't mind too much. Now, for the midday. Would I like to play any midday items or abilities? It does not appear.
Well,
No? It looks like we do have one. Panty is playing.
ooh.
They get to
You
investigate
couldn't have waited.
or
I'll do it now then.
or despair.
I
If an item is
I did
played-
wait, dummy.
If an item
I
is played after
yeah,
this
well.
period, then you negate and discard this. Not this period.
Yeah, it's after this period, so.
Yeah.
Oh
So
wait, not this
that's
period.
why he's
okay.
playing it this
Alright,
period
doesn't
and not
matter.
next.
Cool. Ah, really unlucky.
I will start with Jin. So Jin, you can send your message, and you get a complimentary heart, of course, as usual. And
It has been
It
sent.
appears that AI Shihiro is going on a date with someone. Strange for a computer, but I don't mind.
Yeah, I gotta
Please roll the dice and see what
I
you
gotta
get.
see how our hardware is compatible. Okay, whatever.
Congrats!
Oh boy.
Here's
Very
your
compatible
random card from the
hardware.
Undies deck. I hope it's good. Now then, I will take this away. Why did you? Okay then.
Well, I don't know what you did, but I can see it
I-
face up.
Oh,
It's
no.
pretty funny.
It's
What? Ah,
pretty
god.
basic.
Judy,
Okay,
why did
whatever.
you lie? I can see it as.
It was an
it's
accident.
Everything's
It was a complete
everything.
Why is
accident.
it-
broken
I-
now?
Why is it
broken
doing
now?
that?
I
Why
don't
is
know
it
why
broken?
it's doing that.
Oh, this is a tabletop simulator mode.
Okay, I
Why
got
is it
so
locked?
I got
It got
so
locked
angry. I
for some
tried to
reason.
type, and then I
Okay,
accidentally.
did you
typed.
only see the undies or did you see it?
That's just the underwear card. The
Just the
rest
underwear.
stayed where they were supposed to be.
Okay, I'll just redraw his underwear then if that's fine by everyone.
What do you mean? He's got the best one in the
no,
game.
No,
Okay,
I have
okay.
to keep
You can
it. It
keep
doesn't
it.
fucking
You can
matter
keep it.
anyways.
No kindness. No kindness for computers.
I think I have a guess what that is.
Now, would anyone else like to play a midday item or ability?
I'm so sad.
This is your final chance. Going once? Going twice? No one. Now then, we'll move to our midday discussion. I'll give you guys a wonderful 4 minutes.
I wasn't even
Enough for
shuffled.
me to get through this new commercial. Begin.
I wanna die. Someone kill me.
You're a computer. That'd be a little hard.
Sounds good. I will kill you tonight.
Alright,
Yeah,
cool.
just
I
pour
wanna
water
die.
on
Wait, what's
So
what's
you're the
what's
one
the
that hit
problem? Why are you so sad?
Nobody wanted this.
Oh,
Nobody wanted
Oh.
Oh.
Why is everybody owing?
this.
Do I have to pretend that I didn't see it? Oh my gosh, golly, AI Chihiro, what card did you draw that's got you in such a tizzy?
I already said.
I know, I'm just pretending to go along with it since everybody else is.
Whatever.
I didn't see it. I'm dumb.
No, Doodle didn't see
was-
it, but like
I
I
was-
pretty much said what it is. I don't care, man.
I thought it was Manami's diaper, but no.
I'm
too
downloading a
overwhelmed
virus
with
on
grief
T
to
right now,
care.
buddy, don't worry.
I'm too overwhelmed.
You'll be gone soon.
So did Mia
Thank
want to
you.
say something?
Oh yeah, so are you.
Say something.
How are you?
Are you muted?
Muted.
Yo, your mic is in
You're
fact
muted.
muted.
I think you're muted, buddy.
Please do unmute yourself.
God bless. No wonder I was being ignored. Hey Doodle, I wanted to ask you, why did you specifically want to play that so early? You seemed pretty keen on it. Did you specifically want someone to get rid of that?
No.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Because so what I noticed is when he played this, he seemed really keen. Whose background?
Huh.
Hey,
That is
Scoot.
Judy. Yeah.
Scoot. So
No, so if you want me to lay out my plan, right? So, I misread the card at first. I thought it was if I played anything after it, but no, it's the periods after it.
Oh.
I played it, and so now what it is it's a trap.
Right. So do
'Cause
we
any-
agree that any potential information this could have is good, and negating this would be bad?
Yes.
I agree.
If
You
there's
have
any,
to- you would have to be in
Sure.
absolute despair to negate that card.
And then Kokishi negates it.
the only
With
way
the
to-
Have you
Alter ball.
been reading ahead?
So my only issue with this is that it possibly could negate that it's making people choose between either letting you have that investigation or giving themselves nighttime protection.
Also,
That's
there's
my
no way to
only
protect
issue.
you and have that investigation.
Also,
Yeah,
we
very
don't know
true.
who to protect right now, and if nobody claims, then
That
we
you
should
are
be
just going
okay.
to die.
I'm saying for the sake of self-preservation in some cases, like if you're ego and if you have like a golden gun, in that case I think it's better to negate that. But at the same time, let's say Pulla is alter ego. Doodle plays this. They have golden gun and they want to protect themselves tonight. It would be much harder to believe Pulla's claim of being alter ego when they managed to get rid of this card on the table when they really just wanted to go and protect themselves. That is
Well,
all I
how
wanted.
about-
It's
how
really
about-
funny
how
how
about
much
this?
time they're spending talking about this.
How about
Well-
this though?
I think we should
Because
also talk
there's
about
not much
something
other
else.
information on the
Hey,
table,
Chihiro.
is there?
Hey,
I am-
Chihiro. What side
Yeah?
do you show up on?
I show up on the left side. The right side?
Do
What
you
side?
show up on this side or this
depends.
side? Just to get a good reference.
Is that your left or my left?
Do we show up on the white left or the black right?
The right, the left.
The right or the
I
left?
show up on the
Anyway,
useless
I was
side, like my
trying to
panties
think
that I
right.
drew.
I see.
Thinking about it this way, this is also going to be seen as a bait, or the opposite of
Jim?
a
I
bait,
think so.
Hi.
because
I
I
think
get a free investigation. So you know,
I'm just curious. That's all.
let you finish your thought.
Nothing against you, or nothing against what you did. I was just purely curious.
Okay, and with that,
Alright,
we're
well,
gonna
anyway.
over. And
It's going-
right off
Oh
the
my
bat,
god.
Kokichi has played a silent telephone, and with that, the book is
Good.
gone. Would anyone else like to play any nighttime items or abilities? Jin is going to be playing a phone. What else? Who put that Robo Justice?
Me.
AI
You're
Shihiro
the
has
one
played
who
a
drew
Robo Justice
shitty
on
panties.
Jin, and Miyu has played someone's yearbook.
can you
Hi.
use that?
God.
For your...
I, Jin Kirigiri, would like to use my ability
Alright.
tonight.
Yes, understood.
Yeah, go activate her, you lucky bastard.
Allow me to type that in my. And Celestia is using a mono emergency. Who will you be joining?
I'm probably going to wake up with the Someone's Yearbook.
Someone's
Ah.
yearbook. Understood.
I see. You see as well.
We see, comrade.
Now then, after all these items, is anyone else willing to play something? Or use an ability?
Pen.
It sounds like they do not. Well then, let's begin our slumber. Looks like we have a long night ahead of us. And we will begin with the order it was played. So Kokichi, please wake up. Who would you like to investigate with your telephone? That person. Understood. They appear on white for they are an innocent, or black for they are not an innocent. They are. When you understand, please go to sleep. Next up is Jin. Please wake up. Now then, you're looking nice and cozy over there. So who would you like to look at with your telephone? That player. Understood. They are white for an innocent or black for a or not an innocent, sorry. They are. Would you understand? Please go back to sleep. Now then, would Miyu and Celeste please wake up? Now then, Miyu, who would you like to look at with your book to find a traitor? That person. You cannot look at that person. Sorry. Please try again.
You tried?
My apologies. But they seem quite interesting. That person. Understood. They are white for yes, they are the traitor. Black for no, they are not the traitor. They are. I'll say it again. White for they are the traitor. Black for they are not the traitor. When you understand, both of you please return to sleep. Perfect. Now then, what is next? Our Togami VIP. Please wake up. Here's your first match. Now then, please draw an item card to one player. Not yourself, though. That would be quite unfair. Yes, just put it their head like that. Perfect. And when you have finished, go back to sleep. Next up would be the glitched ego. Please wake up. Now, glitched ego, whose role would you like to see? This player. Understood. Allow me to show you their role card. When you understand, please return to sleep. Next up, we have the alter ego beta. Please wake up. Now then, who else is in your roster? That player! Okay, allow me to tell you if these players, yes, appear on the same side, or no, do not appear on the same side. They... Would you understand? Please return to sleep. Thank you. Now then, before the blackened, I will have Jin wake up. Now then, please choose... Allow me to read your ability one more time. Please choose who you believe will be murdered by the blackened. That player. Understood. Allow me to type that in my Google Notes. Please go to sleep. You have. Thank you. Now then, the blackened. Please wake up. Who do you believe you should murder? And would you think you know? Do it. That player. Understood. Allow me to set up a scene. And you may return to sleep. Okay, let me make sure I've done everything. We have done the book, the phone, another phone. Jin has chosen their target. Someone has been murdered. And all roles have woken up. So, we may now all wake up. Good morning, everyone. It appears that Hiyoko has been attacked. How unsightly.
What do you mean
Oh.
unsightly?
I don't know. I just...
It's pretty gross looking. It looks like roadkill.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to look at
Rotten
it.
oranges. You know?
Smells like a banana.
I don't like seeing a dead person.
No, this isn't good.
Good.
I think it's very good.
I will
Oh,
begin the
no.
body timer.
Something.
Will someone save this poor girl?
This,
I don't know, will they?
this is
Oh man, she's really bleeding out.
She sure
Jesus
is.
Christ.
I would try to touch the body, but I don't have hands.
God damn it.
It's
Get on there. Get on there.
No, no, my screen's fragile.
Man,
I already
it's
gave
not-
you a
it's not
virus
very-
anyway.
it's Not very cool with you.
And with that,
She's
Oh,
dead.
no.
they are dead. Poor soul. They won't be returning to us.
Oh,
And with that, their role does not reveal.
What a mystery.
Spooky.
Now, it is midday. Would anyone like to play would anyone like to play a midday item or ability?
Yeah, I would like to play the.
It appears no one would. So,
I heard somebody saying something.
I think it was a joke.
he is indeed making a joke.
I would like to use my ability.
You would. Understood. Put one of your items face down on the table, and then you may roll the die.
Roll a
I
six.
call it's gonna be a 4.
Ooh.
It's a
I
one.
think it's gonna be 2.
It's a
No.
five.
Five.
Two, six,
Now,
five.
you
Hold
may
on,
choose
but-
up to 5 other players to add a face down item card to the deck. I believe you can choose Hiyoko as well.
Yep, doesn't have to be living.
Yes, so please
Yep,
just name them, and then they will do their thing.
Let's go with AI Chihiro, Kokichi, Hiyoko, Panty, and Mahiru.
Why'd you say my
That's
name like that?
That is all 5. So would those 5 people please add an item to the
Panty?
AI Shihiro, I
Panty.
believe you must do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, put the roll
Somebody's
card.
gonna
Buy a
get
roll
a
card.
really good card.
Yes, someone will. And now then.
Literally the best
I
card
hope
in the
it's
game.
me.
And now I will redeal the cards back.
Someone's.
Enjoy.
Oh boy, wouldn't it be funny if I got this?
Ooh, that's pretty poggers.
I believe Mahiru was there, yes?
Yeah, I was in there.
Panty.
Uh-oh.
And
Oh.
Yoko.
Oh.
Enjoy.
Well, guess I was the unlucky one.
Item passing.
It appears that item is being passed, but that is not important. Now, would anyone else like to play any midday items
Wow,
or
coward.
abilities?
Coward.
If no one,
Sure.
it appears the actor here would like to look at the roll card of the one dead player we have. Allow me to deliver that to you.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
Once you are finished looking, you may return it to them.
Based.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Now,
Wait,
would anyone else like to? This is your
Please.
final chance.
Brown bricks.
It appears not. So then, Mahiru, I will have to ask you to discard down to hand size.
No!
Pretty easy.
Someone wanted that, I'm sure.
No one wanted this.
Mono Popo.
Now then, allow
No.
us to travel to the trial.
Ooh.
Would anyone like to play a trial item or ability? Going once? Going twice? It appears not. So then, I shall give you 4 minutes to discuss. Who murdered this poor dancer lady? Begin.
Well,
What'd you see with the camera?
What did I see? What did I see? I saw an innocent like me.
Ah!
oh,
Wait a
That
minute.
rhymed, so
That
it's
doesn't
true.
work.
That's good.
It can't be true though, because I checked. You weren't an innocent.
I am an innocent though. So
Hey Jin,
What?
who did you target
Tough
for
one.
your thing?
yeah, who did
I
you
targeted Gokichi because I knew that regardless of who died between Mew and Celeste, one of them would still have the information.
Wow, that almost
Huh.
makes me feel bad.
well.
Alright.
See, my question is, would Jin prioritize their roll card and winning, or prioritize wanting their ability to activate?
Oh, that's a great question.
Jin
Popo-
prioritized winning
Hey,
because
Celeste.
he's a
Hey,
despair.
Celeste,
I would like to.
wanna-
Hmm.
He is.
I
Yes.
want to add. That's not true.
I
What
would like
is
to have
true
a trust
is that-
exercise with you. So
What now?
let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and talk about the results of our investigation. All right.
Yeah, that,
Sure.
that-
Yes.
Go for it.
Why don't you say who we investigated, and I'll say the results.
Well,
Just
we
since
first
you
tried to
wanted.
investigate Kokichi.
Correct. And I'll explain why.
We
after.
weren't able to. We next decided to investigate AI Chihiro.
And they are not a traitor.
Wow.
That's
what
Well,
a
they're
right.
not
they are
innocent.
not.
Guess who I looked at, bitches? They were
Whoa.
innocent, which is why Jin is a filthy liar that we should
Yeah,
kill.
Well, that doesn't
They
make
are lying.
sense.
They are lying.
Well,
I cannot
Hey,
be conspiring with this
Kokichi-
person because I am not
Kokichi,
traitor.
the only
Kokichi has
reason I
passed.
wanted to.
I would like to add. Kokichi has passed the test. I checked AI Chihiro. They are an innocent. I now believe Kokichi is also on Hope.
Only
Oh,
reason I
okay.
tried to attempt checking Kokichi last night was because I was curious as to why you just straight up negated Panty's item after all that discussion.
Because I wanted to do an investigation. I don't care about
Honestly?
that dirty bitch.
honestly, fair.
no. Whoa.
No, that's fair.
Pretty-
Okay.
Blade,
Well, alrighty
you were
then.
saying you need to tone it down at the start of this.
So
I'm not being horny, just rude.
So
I wouldn't
Yeah,
even
they're
I literally
different.
just asked for someone's.
look, we have two sides of the same coin right here, or whatever. Or not two sides, more like the same side of the same coin.
Well, I believe that this is true. That all innocents have been accounted for between Hiyoko and AI Chihiro.
Then what are you, Jin? You're gonna have to convince
what-
me a
what-
little
what-
more.
what
You
are
stroked
you?
my ego a little bit,
Huh?
but I'm still not
I mean, like,
convinced.
I may have stroked your ego, but that's only because I checked AI Chihiro last night. Okay.
Okay, so
Oh,
what are you?
no, not that ego.
Hey, I get it.
Well, I am just an amnesiac, so if you
Hurry
would
up
like
and-
to punish me, I cannot convince you otherwise. Though you would be
Does
wasting your chance to
anyone
find somebody of a higher
counterclaim?
priority.
NECC.
No.
What is that?
Amnesiac.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I get.
5,
Not everyone's. Oh,
4.
Invest.
That's me.
3.
I'm counterclaiming it. I know.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I
Well,
guess.
you
Let
know what,
it-
we
the
just
record
killed
be
one of
known.
them.
So who claimed
Eeny, meeny,
ego?
miny, mo.
I recommend you
Jin
vote.
ability didn't activate.
I
so
would
I'm
like
going
to understand that regardless of the two of us, you're not finding the black end in a likely scenario.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Who?
Still, you're guaranteed.
If I may
despair.
ask,
Go to Resistance, at least.
Yeah.
if I may ask again, who were the two that we claimed who are innocents? Because AI Chihiro, I know.
And
Yoko.
Hyoko.
Yoko?
Yes. AI Chihiro
So,
has been seen by two people with a
therefore-
silent telephone, and they are both confirming that AI
You know
Chihiro is
what?
in
I'll
fact
go
an
ahead and say
innocent.
this. I'm Mew
Okay.
is Tagami VIP, and I gave Panty a card last night.
Yeah, he did.
We know one of these two is evil, so we vote for one of them. I'm
So
gonna
these two
say
are
Jin because
either
he told a lie.
something.
And with that, the discussion has finished. What a wonderful case. I should write a fanfic about this. Or
Should.
not.
Oh,
Now then.
Gonna use some insurance.
Wow, right, get to it. Understood. Panty has played a mineral water on Jin. Jin will not be able to vote for them. Would anyone else like to play a voting item? It appears not. Now then, let's begin. I should see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 votes. And Jin cannot vote for Panty. That does appear to be 7. Now then, let us see who is punished. Jin! Why? Why would you do such a thing to this child?
Because we are out of funding.
Well,
You can't
Wow,
cut back up.
hopefully
I need
you're
you
dead.
regret this.
hopefully your death will be enough.
that's the
Panty.
that's the character.
That's also his character. My bad. Stop.
Stop.
I have juked the murder. And with that, Jin has been punished. Their role does not reveal.
Whoa.
Back to the center.
Interesting.
Now, would anyone like to play a nighttime item or ability? Going once. Going twice. You're almost out of time. I guess that is out of time then. I thought someone was trying to, but it appears not. Now then, we will go to sleep. Good night. Enjoy your slumber. For one of you, it's your permanent. Now, we did not play any items, so that would mean the Togami VIP gets to wake up. Now then, give a card to somebody, anybody, except you. And once you've done that, you may go to sleep. Now then, with the glitched ego, please wake up. You may look at anybody's roll card. Ooh, scary. This person, understood. This is their roll card. When you understand, please return to sleep. Now then, the alter ego beta, please wake up. Now, who would you like to investigate tonight? This person, understood. You'll see the result of if these two players appear on the side of the same, which would be a yes, or different, which would be a no. In this case, they appear on... Would you understand? Please go back to sleep. And the last person to wake up, our wonderful Blackened. Please awaken. Now, choose another player to smack. As there are 8 players, this is the final kill you need. How wonderful for you. Choose wisely. That player understood. Allow me to decorate the scene. I'm quite good at it, given my experience. And now then, please go back to sleep if you have not. No abilities, and therefore, I will get everybody to awaken. It appears that Miu has been terribly attacked. Whatever will she do? Oh, Miu has played a Amulet of Buddha. The attack has been redirected to the right to Panty. How unfortunate for them.
What?
And with that, the body timer will begin normally.
I didn't even get to be a slut.
Eh.
No.
Does she count as 2D?
I'll put the blood there.
Why not?
I'm quite intrigued with this one. It's quite unfortunate she died, in my opinion. I am into people like her.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm not flat.
I mean, like,
you sure aren't.
you're looking like Flat Stanley,
It
though.
appears that no
Make
one
it sound
has
weird.
saved Panty. And with that, they are dead.
Nothing of value was lost.
Their role does not reveal. Now then, we are moving on to the midday. Please play any midday items or use any midday abilities.
Going.
AI Shihiro is using a Carillion
It's
Go.
laughing.
Please take an item take the role of who you want to look at. Make sure you flip it over. I will not interact at all. Once you
This
look,
is a 2-trial
return
game,
it.
correct?
yes, this is the final trial. If the Blackhead is
Oh,
not
no.
executed, they are the victor.
That's not good.
Now that you have done that, would anyone else like to play an item or ability for the middle of the day? It appears not. So then, I'll move us on to the trial. Would anyone like to play a trial item or ability? It appears Mahiru has played a Despairbat.
Use my ability on this because why not? So it's not used.
Play an item. You don't need to discard it. Next time you use it, discard it as usual. Understood. So you may put that back in your hand. So it appears the trial will not in fact be happening, unless someone has something to do for that. Going once, going twice, and no. So then, since there is no real trial going on, I suppose it'll be voting time. I should see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 votes. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, 6 votes. No limitations. I presume no one had any voting items or they would have played them. But if you do, and you would like to, then please just do it right now. I believe I'm missing one more person. Oh wait, am I? 1, 2, 3. No, I am not missing one more person. This is all 5. Yes, because these 3 are dead. Now then, let's see who was the unlucky button.
Oh
Celeste
shit, I did it.
has been chosen to be punished. Celeste! How could you do such a thing? I thought you were going to get me that computer over there.
Honestly, it was pretty
Whoa,
easy. They died
hold up.
pretty, they really didn't put up much of a fight.
Well,
So I'm surprised that one ducked the blow and had another take their place.
you must fall. As every story ends, a new one could begin. Their role reveals.
Oh, we actually.
Easy boy.
Oh,
I
wow.
One.
See, the problem, Mahiru, was I knew this was the
Oh,
Blackhead,
wait,
so I could vote here, and somebody else must have too.
Wait,
No.
how did you know they were the Blackened?
Well, they're alter ego.
They investigated
Clearly.
between these two, and they saw that they appeared.
So,
not
I started with Jin, then I used the innocent telephone on this and got a yes, so I had this for both of my investigations, so I knew Jin was... also, I'm going to say Jin was the real amnesiac, that's my guess.
No.
Oh,
No.
good
The
attempt.
bottle
though.
made me
Yeah.
think the other way.
So in my mind, I went,
No.
okay, I can either
No, no,
actually
I don't know
try
how
to do
you
the
pick
trial,
between-
or I can be just despair bad and try to win. That is the
No, that's,
water-
I think the
the
Despair
water
Bet was a
bottle?
good play, but I'm curious who else voted Celestia with me.
Yeah, who else
Yeah.
was Celestia there?
I was more suspicious of Celestia.
I mean,
I-
fair
You
enough.
know what?
Did
I
you-
think from your perspective, I think from the hopes table's perspective, it only can be Celestia after Bat's played.
Yeah.
Because you're confirmed. No one counterclaimed her. I'm the only one who didn't claim, so I guess you could have thought it was me.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I was
no,
thinking.
this was a
No, you
tie
did claim.
between these.
You claimed to be. I'm pretty sure you claimed to be ego on
No.
that.
I never claimed
No.
shit.
No,
They
they
never
didn't.
No, he never
I think
claimed.
you softed. I thought you softed.
They did not claim at
Yeah.
all.
I thought I heard a soft claim in there.
Nope,
Uh,
never.
The
Never
problem
did.
with me is that I had no idea who the actual black one was, because I never got to see their roll, so I had to go, okay, it's either this or
Oh,
this.
who did
I
you
knew
pick?
it was one of these
Yumi,
two.
who did you pick?
She looked at this.
I
out of
picked-
what?
I looked these three.
It was
Aw.
1, 2, 3.
Nice.
So,
Wow, they're all
if I ever-
hope-sided?
If I
Crazy.
ever claimed alter ego beta real quick before you go, if I ever did, I was gonna say same side, different sides, and that was gonna be my claim. However, because
Yes.
everyone would have known this appeared on Despair, so it didn't matter. So
Okay.
So I also voted Celestia because my belief was that at that point I knew that you were a safe bet for this point, Kokichi, with what you did with Chihiro. I saw that this was a traitor play right here, or some despair roll, because I feel like
Yeah.
Black would take the heat. So I knew instantly my options were confirmed innocent, person who seems to be who confirmed that innocent, and then Celestia. And I'm so glad that I claimed Togami VIP last second at the last trial. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I could have been taking that spot.
Also, the reason I played the water bottle was to kind of discourage off voting and make sure that I wasn't gonna get voted.
Sorry, Panny's too
dumb
big. She's gotta
computer.
go. She's gotta go in the back.
That's fine.
Yeah, she needs to go down, shrink down.
Yeah, if I'm being completely honest, the moment that I saw that I got blackened, I was like, well, Hope won.
You guys almost won.
You almost
could've
won.
won
You,
that.
was, you were close.
I have never been good at blackened.
I would
I
like
think
to
the
imagine
biggest-
an
I think-
alternate universe where this played the despair bet and this got
Yeah.
voted.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was.
Yeah. Because the fun thing was,
playing Despair
when I
Hold
used
on.
my
Hold on.
ability,
You can go.
Ash may go
when I
first.
used my one ability, the item I had in my hand was the Shard of Hope.
Yes, and I ended up over here.
And I was just like, I kind of want to do it because I'm like, well, I could give the Shard of Hope over to somebody eventually, which could potentially bite me in the foot. But as it stands, it's not doing me much good unless I try to attack myself.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so
Oh yes,
I roll a
Jin's
6.
target was Celestia with his ability. I want to be honest at the die. Let's go. So, Kokichi's phone was on AI Shihiro. Jin's phone was on AI Shihiro. Ryu's book was on AI Shihiro.
Yeah, we determined that. Everybody looked at
Everyone-
Chihiro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was half tempted to play the silent telephone that I got.
Everyone just pitied me for
Everyone looked at him.
drawing this piece of shit.
I mean, that wasn't why I checked. I checked to see in case
Here,
if
let
any
me,
redirects.
let me just
I got
delete
a
the
hold
bad,
of, if it was
nasty
good or
card.
not.
There.
God damn it.
Yeah, because if it got a redirect, I didn't want to just destroy the glitch ego.
Whoa. A soup.
Yeah, I had strategy guide. I put the
Also,
I put the Curlian camera in the. I'm glad that Celestia. Yeah, Celestia. I'm glad that she chose me because I wanted to get that camera back in the pool to have somebody use it.
Mm.
On an alternate universe, I
No,
like to
no,
think
I
I put
think-
the Despair back in there, and Celestia got it.
I think that camera was the card I gave you, wasn't it, Chihiro?
What? Oh yeah. You
I gave that
you
to him
gave
for
me
as
another
Tagami.
camera.
Yeah,
I was
sure.
really hoping that Celestia knew, like, saw the message and then knew that I wouldn't protect the trader book, so she could just say whatever.
Oh yes, what was your message? Was it just Trader, just Celestia?
Yeah, I had to do that.
Mhm.
So otherwise, it's a funny thing. But if you're not the trader and you have it, you should do the exact same thing.
There was a
'cause
reality where I chose. There was a reality where I chose to investigate Jin as opposed to investigating Hero, and God, am I glad I didn't.
Hold on, I need to.
Well, no. See, if you investigate Jin and you get a yes, you just kill Miyu. You have to. She's seen too much.
But yeah, and then
Also, they're
Yeah, that-
Togami VIP.
She's seen too
that
much.
yeah, that's a really big hit. Plus, I wouldn't protect either of them. Well, I targeted Celeste technically because if she dies, the game's over anyways. Not much difference there.
Yes, I would say
Um,
Miyu would have dodged it because she had that Buddha in opening hand.
That's fine. But then the amnesiac is actually no, because it redirects to Hyoko, right?
Hyoko still would have tied anyway.
Every
Your fate-
timeline
your
Hyoko
fate-
dies.
Your fate was
It's a
sealed.
constant.
All
It's
parallel
a constant.
universes point to Pola dying
Hyoko
at night
dies.
one. All parallel universes point to him dying.
Yeah, I'm okay with
I'm sorry,
dying in this
Hyoko.
game.
You were literally just a random
No,
person I
it's-
decided in the beginning.
That is the best thing. Well, I mean, obviously the best thing is a self or a team kill. But if a hope side's gonna die, then it should be an innocent. Yeah.
Like if you just snipe the ego, then the game's like, oh, okay, let's just bleed out here and hope that we can get social
Well, no,
plays.
there have been some games
I will be
where
completely
the ego
honest,
got
too.
sniped and Hope was able to recover just through like deductions and items and stuff.
That's fair. Yeah.
During that
Fuck
last,
yeah,
It's-
I've
it's
seen
I've
super
seen
so
plenty
much
of games
harder.
where I've seen plenty of games where ego dies first and hope can still win. It's not that hard.
I've
That's
seen
why,
Hope
yeah.
fucking power spike the ego in a fucking vote.
That's why I
Though I
love
know,
this game, because
on my very
in
first,
games where one side has like a clear advantage, like with the ego getting sniped, they can still win. I love that.
So I think let Ash pass around if you would like to.
Hold on, I cannot hear.
One fun
half
thing
of
that I
what
wanted to
you're
bring up
saying over the music.
is on my first ever attempt at playing Blackened, on the very first night or day of discussion, 4 people claimed alter ego.
Hey, we had that recently.
That's funny.
And I was just sitting there like, what do I do? What?
My first game ever of Danganronpa Werewolf, I was the Black End, and I was Mondo.
type
So he
it
said,
in.
hey Mondo, claim your role. And I said, sorry guys, I'm not good at lying. I'm the Black End, and then I won. So you goes to show you can kind of say whatever you want.
Also, during that last night, I had such a hard time deciding who I wanted to go after.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was-
I thought you
I
would,
was
like, go
bouncing
after
between so
me,
many, and I was-
like guaranteed.
Yeah, he was bouncing back and forth here.
Yeah, I mean these were probably like this was the guaranteed hope kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
This,
It's
though,
like, it's
this was
guaranteed hope kill.
uncontested, so I'm pretty sure this was pretty guaranteed too.
Yeah, it was one of those like, I can either hit it and guarantees, or I might try to
So,
take out someone else.
So Ash, one thing that I've learned is that if there's like a counterclaim situation going on, right, you don't want to take out the suspects, right? If one of them is dead, because then it could he could have.
Well, to be fair, I didn't.
Yeah,
Take
they
out
didn't try
the
to.
suspect.
It just
It
got
got
booted.
redirected.
Yeah, this was
One
a
got
redirect.
lynched, and the other one got redirected.
Buddha was playing.
No, yeah, I think mute is the best attack there because you don't know. Well, I mean, Kokichi is redirect bait, and then also between Kokichi and Mahiru is the last to spare somewhere.
Okay, pretty much you had no choice. You had no chance because there was a Buddha and there was a hope shard.
If you had attacked
I won't
me,
lie,
then
my whole
I
thought of being able to try to claim innocent died at the very beginning. I'm like, well,
It was like,
both
yeah.
innocents already accounted for.
Yeah, they got
That's-
they got
that's
accounted
terrible.
for really quickly. It usually doesn't happen that quick.
The thing
Yeah,
was
no,
too,
I was trying to
these
point
got confirmed as well as this counterclaim was created already. So as soon as I compared these two in the check, it was you were done and dusted.
Yeah, another
Yeah, it was one of those
And
like
this was
me.
uncontested, so I knew this was the other despair.
another thing you can do.
Yeah, no, at that
Blackened
point-
is-
I think I would like.
Hang on.
to
Hang on, Doodle wants to say something.
A lot of times Blackens tend to be more passive and claim low power roles like Innocent or like Stepping Stone or something like that, right? But sometimes as a Blackened, it's good to just go fucking balls deep and like claim ego. Like sometimes
Well, that
you
was-
gotta fucking like just fucking
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
night.
Good game.
and try to just make information hard to acquire.
So if that despair bat didn't happen, literally his only claim where he doesn't lose is claiming ego.
Yeah.
He has to.
yeah.
I think you can
Yeah.
also just play a game at that point where you say we're both despair, pick one, and that's a little harder.
Or
for
you
the
could
table at that
kind
point.
of get away with counterclaiming this because you can say, "Oh, she did it at the last second, and I didn't know what to do because there was so little time
Right.
left."
Probably. I mean, there are a couple things that despair can fail to do and then get themselves killed.
Well, this was the rare instance where the despair bat actually, I think, was worse than letting the trial go through.
No,
Yeah.
that came down to my mind of going, do I despair bat or do I just fucking
It wasn't
try
a
something?
bad play. Like from your
Well,
perspective,
yeah,
it's a good
pretty
play.
good.
Yeah, because a lot of times people will just red eyes target you anyway.
But people,
And I might
There-
think that
there
it's the
was
black
no-
in trying to play the despair bat to just kill the last discussion.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
there
yeah.
was no ego information on board yet as well. Only
Yeah.
Blade actually had an
Which is-
informed
which is
vote.
the only reason why I played, because I knew there was no ego.
Right. It was a good
Vote-
play.
Both of these votes
See-
were pretty informed
Yeah.
because
Wait,
this
wait,
played
what's
the
up
this played the despair bat, so they both really can only vote between me and Celestia.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you've been nothing but helpful this entire game too.
Yeah,
Blaze.
you-
I was unhelpful the first night.
Well,
How about the
I
same?
mean,
I was.
guess, but you were alter ego,
I was-
so.
I was just
What-
trying to not get attacked, so that's why I immediately did that. I was like, I don't really care if you get an investigation. I'm gonna make myself look good to despair and do my own investigation.
Mhm.
And it ended up very much helping me because I got to confirm this person right away, so I was able to do compare checks right away.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
confirm me, therefore I help you. Yep.
In an
And
Once
ideal
you get a solid
situation,
basis.
in an ideal situation, all despairs are kind of playing on equal ground. If this side is super active in making claims and this side isn't, then like process of elimination, they're gonna assume this is blackened because they're playing passively.
Yeah, in my mindset, I went, okay, this is fair back. There's no alter ego information. I could try to claim it and try to say something. However, my claims are only these three. This is not useful at all for me. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this wouldn't matter. So in my mind, I went, it has to be either Kokichi or Celeste, right? And both will most likely claim alter ego.
No, that
in
was
this
it
mindset.
was still a good play because
Yeah.
I could see this
And
going
I
a lot
really
of different ways. This only happened because Ego knew it, and someone else either kind of picked up on it or just voted here.
Yeah,
So
everyone
I
kinda
believe
realized
both
it
of
was
them. I
Celeste.
believe both of them said they
See,
thought
the
it was
thing is, he
Celeste.
helped me,
And I
I
was
helped
hoping
him,
everyone
I
would
vote
snipe
this.
Kokichi and go like, maybe Kokichi is
Kokichi helped
legit
me, I
bad.
helped Kokichi.
Another thing
But-
you can do, Yumi, is even though you only really have this as real information, you can still lie
No, I
and
could
like bring
100%
other
still
people
lie.
into it.
No,
I
I mean the
could've,
thing was
however-
is she didn't know.
It's confirmed at that point. It's
She basically didn't know that these two had already would commit to voting this.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like, I could claim whatever I want, but
Like-
but it was unlikely I could fill it out.
In
regardless.
hindsight, it would have been better not to play the bat, but you couldn't have known that at the time. It
Yeah.
was a fine
Yeah,
play.
exactly.
But
My whole-
also,
in
I
the
think
moment,
I think in the moment, so like, a lot of people know that people play the despair bet and then get punished for it. But because people know that, they're going to purposely stop themselves from doing that and vote for someone
No,
else next
I wasn't
time.
even hoping for me to get punished. I was hoping for Kokichi to get punished and hope they would go, okay, maybe Kokichi's bad guy.
It
That was
could
my
have
only
been
hope.
either one of us. I tried to act pretty suspicious most of the game, but
I think
Didn't
if
backfire.
you had not made a point of drawing this counterclaim out, and if you had maybe just did the first thing that you said, then you might have looked a little bit worse, and it could have actually gone to you.
Yeah, and
I
also
think
because I
there's
saw
an
this,
interesting point.
I was.
What? hang on, what drinks?
Go ahead. real quick.
There's an interesting point if you had the bat on the first day, if you did it to try and break into the counterclaim. Because then at that point, there's a counterclaim left, and the table's really not sure whether it's the currently both living counterclaim, or there's just Celeste over there sitting with a smile.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
I
imagining
could've-
a situation where, let's say that you had actually looked at this and saw that this was traitor. One thing that you
Yeah.
could have done, and I know that this didn't happen, but I was just imagining if one of these two starts getting pushed on, like near the end. Well, maybe not near the end, but maybe the middle of the trial where this is sort of forming. Slam this down, and they're gonna think this is traitor protecting Blackened. One of these.
Yeah, I kind of wish in that first try I just went, okay, just like when this happens, I should have just been like despair bet, and then I used my ability. Like, okay, I'm taking it back. So either they vote me, which I don't care then, or they,
Oh,
or they
you know what?
completely-
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you have to, because at that
You
point
gotta
you
vote me,
get rid of
otherwise
me
I'm
to
gonna
get
do
rid
it
of-
again.
Yeah, that's the
Again.
thing is you literally you pretty
I-
much force it on you then.
I should have done that, and it would have been hilarious. I've been like, vote me, or else I do this
I'll
again.
do it
Then
again,
we're, then we're
bitches.
also stuck with a counterclaim that's completely unprovable.
And I'll do it. And I'll
Exactly.
do it again.
I so wish I had done that now, like as my hero. I've been like, yes, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
a brought.
The
This
moment
is
they said
threatening
we've
you.
got to get between one of these, yeah. If you'd have slammed that
Yeah.
down and said I'll do it again, yeah.
Yeah, you either vote me or you do it, or do this again.
Honestly, the
Great.
one thing that I'm just really happy.
You're holding our votes hostage.
Hold on,
Ash.
Ash trying to talk.
The one thing that I'm just really happy about is that I didn't wind up sniping Traitor for the first
you
kill.
didn't snipe your
'Cause I've done
despair.
that before frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did hit two good people. Two
Yeah,
good
and then it's-
people.
Blacken made good kills. But yeah, understandably,
Yeah.
if there's no signaling going on day one, the first kill is semi-random.
I had the message.
I was
help that a
signaling
little
to,
bit.
I was signaling to drinks that I was ego.
Yeah.
What?
That right at the end of the day when I started drawing line tools,
Oh.
I wasn't
okay.
speaking, but my lines meant I looked at you, and I'm going to look at this.
Huh.
But wait, during the game, you said that you didn't soft claim anything.
Well, I only soft claimed to drinks in the first day, not in the trial. I didn't soft claim anything in the trial.
This is the softest claim we've ever seen. It
was very soft. It was only to drinks. I don't think anybody else was paying
Even
attention
old
over here.
I mean, I saw that you two were sitting together. That's about it. Like, whoa.
I was mostly just hanging out over by one person to look kind of shady.
Girls and boys sitting together. Oh,
Honestly, I have
my.
a suggestion for Doodle, actually. So,
Yeah.
I really, like, I don't do a lot of homebrew other characters. Like, I kind of don't pay attention to them. But Panty is a fine ability. I would even go as far as saying that if you put something on there that added additional date tickets to the game, I think that would also be fine.
Yo.
So she has a higher chance of her ability activating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for example, there's the third state
Chiaki
Chiaki and then the Monami,
Monami.
which if they go together, they add 2 date tickets to the game.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. Except for like the passing thing, which I might change so that if one of them dies, then the chain breaks, because having both of them is a little much. Like, I didn't intend it to be like that.
State 1 Shiaki and just Monami.
So for, yeah, if Monami is on the table, then Chiaki gets it. Like, I'm kind of meaning for the states to be played together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Oh.
Yeah.
Another thing that I will go ahead and say is that I was actually scared when I used my ability that I would just wind up rolling a 1. Because of that situation, be like, hey, let me give a hope shard to somebody. That's not going to look bad.
It's a 50-50.
Also, like, Polo, I would like to put add a ticket to the deck, but like, there's already a lot of text on the card. It's gonna be hard to fit that on there. There's not a lot of room.
Well, just
to
make it a
the
passive.
text smaller.
Like, I can show you, for example, how the Monami card looks.
Well, no, I mean it'd still be adding more text to the card. Because you have the chart for the dice rolls, and that takes up a lot of space because it's a different line for each one, as well as like the thing explaining what the ability is, and then you have the quote. I can get rid of the quote, but it's
I mean, you only really need one
just have
more
small
line,
blue
and I
text.
think you're
Rather than
using
the
up
tick.
too much space at the top. You can move some of that stuff up and get an extra line.
Let me look at it. Let me open.
Honestly, you all like even if you can't fit the text, you can also just like.
You can also
ask
make it a
and they
house
would
roll.
be
I
able
don't
to
know.
do it. Yeah, you can just ask, cause like when I was looking at it, I was like, there's only 2 day tickets in this deck. I was gonna say, hey, dude, do you want another one? 'Cause,
Should it be just
2
like
is
add
maybe
1,
too
or
much.
do you think add 2 would be too much?
Hey, Etha, promo me.
Sure.
I would say add 1 is okay.
Add 1.
Here you are, man.
Yeah, because add 2 is like
Like,
that's the power of Chiaki and Monami.
Chiaki and
Well,
Monami,
combined.
they both get passing between each other, but they also both just add 1.
Oh, Helltaker.
Well, the Hell Taker? Whoa.
I was just seeing how many. Like, I had this girl add 3, but it's also her only ability, really.
Yeah.
Although she can reroll on
Yeah,
them.
if your only ability was to
Just
add
Monica,
extra date tickets or
or
extra items in
Monica.
general.
Just for
yeah.
comparison, not trying to say anything about Panny.
Yeah.
Not Pandemonic.
I figured out when I made Panty, I was just like, man, simple abilities are just kind of fun, you know? Like simple.
Those are the
like,
abilities
recurring
that
abilities.
I like. I don't like overly complicated ones.
That's why I counted all my homebrew abilities. Almost all of them are single use. Although this is a simple ability, but it encourages Clown Fiesta because you can stack undies pretty quickly with it.
Yeah.
Like, the ability is simple, but it can make the game very complex very quick if you happen to roll well on... Because, like, 3 to 6 is at least 1 undies card entering the game.
Wow, this is Kibo.
Yeah, she's just Kibo, but with a different passive.
See here.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's
Let's
Kibo,
each-
but
each
Oh,
No,
they're like
no,
combination
no, no.
Kibo Chiaki.
Yeah.
Chiaki.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
pretty happy with this set, but again, I just try to do mostly simple. Probably the craziest one on here is Judgment.
Yeah.
What are the,
I mean, I don't have anything against abilities that are more complex, but I just don't like playing with them because, like, for example, there was one ability where it's like it spawns in with its extra board game that turns out to not be of any consequence.
Well, that was a
and
homie brew. Those
That-
are
that's
those
a
are
homie brew.
intentionally. Those are
I
intentionally
know,
really
but
stupid.
what I'm
Also,
saying is that
hold
when
on,
it gets
hold on,
close
I
to
made
that
that
point,
one.
let me finish. When it gets close to that point, it's just like you're kind of not playing Danganronpa Werewolf anymore. You're playing something else.
I want to ask you, Blade, what are the chocolate pancakes? Like, what do they do?
Oh, I can
What
drop
are
the
the
chalk. I
chalky
can I can drop the chalky pancakes.
Chalky.
Yeah, what a chocolate.
Chalky Nanami.
Chalky latte.
Okay, it's Yasuhiro.
I gotta head out now, but thanks
Okay.
for the game.
Drinks
Bye.
before you go.
What before I go? But
Yeah.
Got him.
Before you.
His last words. Boo-boo.
Oh man, there's no.
But yeah, we said we would discuss this after the game. As far as Jotaro, Remnant Ibuki, I am kind of loath to change cards based on one interaction between two characters, especially if it's a situation where any GM that wants people to have fun is going to say no.
I do agree with that, but also we aren't the only ones who play this game.
That is true. Well, do you really?
I
think
mean,
people
if I did want to like just proof it, I could.
So the only reason why I look at this one specifically over like, because they've come up with other crazy combos, right? But those usually have a lot of moving pieces and require multiple people.
Yeah.
This is literally just one person can
Yeah.
exploit this ability.
Mhm.
So what I
See-
would say one of them needs to have a cap.
Well, you know what?
It could be
Putting
like-
it on Remnant Ibuki and just saying like this is capped at X number of cards is just gonna probably fix a lot more problems.
So
Yeah,
let's
that way,
imagine.
Be like max. 10
Let's
minutes.
say she uses it on first day and nobody's played item cards, and let's say everyone discarded. What would that be on the timer?
That would be
that
a
would-
10.
It would
10.
be 10 max.
I think 10 max. Is
Would it
fine.
be 10 if everybody discarded 2 cards?
Yeah,
Because
That
it's
would
1 minute per
be-
card, it'd be 20
Right.
if everyone discarded their hands. But that's not realistic.
Yeah, it's not.
That everybody's going to do that unless they're. But I would also say probably 10 minutes is like the absolute limit of what I
Yeah.
would want.
Yeah.
I
like-
would say max it at 10, and then
I would
you
max
could-
it out at 10 minutes.
Like it'll rarely even get up there, and when it does,
Yeah.
like, they
Literally,
won't want more.
it's such a high cap that it only exists just to stop this.
Yeah, I think that sounds fine.
Yeah, I would be okay with that. And I do kind of understand that, yeah, we aren't the only ones that play this game, and if it prevents a situation where the GM feels uncomfortable with stopping somebody with something, then yeah.
Yeah, because that does create fights where the GM will go, well, I don't think that should be going, and then people will say, well, it's allowed by the card text,
Yeah,
because
it's not like
that,
that. on the
that
card.
argument's not
Written.
wrong, but
It's not
Um,
wrong, but I mean, again, it comes back to my philosophy of you should always allow the thing that's the most fair and the most fun, and this isn't fair or fun.
Yeah, and I agree,
understand
but-
that, yeah.
I just make the point that, other people besides us on the server play this game, and when it's a really simple change like that, like, I'm certainly not suggesting you go change every crazy one-off combo that's in the game, but when it's something that's really egregious and simple like this, then I don't think it's a big
Yeah.
deal. I think it's better for the game to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's kind of
can
like
agree with that.
10 minutes is still a lot. The chances you can get
Yeah,
10.
and it's unlikely it's ever
Unlikely.
going to be 10.
Yeah, 'cause
And this way, if somebody really wants to do the funny Jotaro thing, they can do it to a limit.
But the limit.
but,
I
like,
mean,
even
with
then,
the cap on it, it is a little bit more strategic because they can mill a little bit just to
Right.
see if they get something good.
10 cards is a reasonable mill to use it
I
with
mean,
that
10
ability.
cards Jotaro, yeah, but
and even then, with like, let's say you don't have Jotaro, the table itself probably won't get 10. I mean, you have 10 people. It's usually like 6 hope, 4 despair. I doubt the despairs would want to. So like,
I have never seen it get over like 6. I think 6 was the highest I saw.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like,
And that's
6
probably because everyone has
oh, yeah.
bad cards. Not
Because it depends. Obviously, when you use it on day 1, usually either no one's going to do it or like everyone's going to do it.
Like day 1 doesn't really matter. It's just talking, signaling.
it's like
Day
people are
one-
torn
day one
between
matters.
just raising the
Yeah.
timer because they think it's funny and getting rid of cards that they don't want.
Yeah, it's mostly like if Ibuki does it on day 1, the 2 main camps are going to basically just be people who don't care about the discussion, and then people who do want to do some signaling, and then other people who are like, okay, I want to get this trash card out of my hand, or like if you're a hope player who got mulliganed into like a despair bat, you're like, okay, I want to get this out of the item
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
useful
Cool here.
ability.
So how is... Does the text look okay?
I'll take a peek.
Let me see.
Within homebrew. That looks
Homebrew,
good.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. I should do everything. Got rid of the quote.
You could put the. I guarantee you could put the quote back in there. I think you text is pushed too low.
Yeah, it's almost like you've got the spacing between the lines too much.
Or you can just make the font size slightly
Yeah.
small. Well,
Yeah,
I
you
guess
could
you have
shrink
to
down
have the
the-
line breaks, but
Yeah.
it's like, what is my homebrew card that has the most text? Let me see.
But also, if you're not married to the quote, then you can just keep it off.
But I got rid. I
Yeah,
got rid of
it doesn't
yeah.
super
matter.
really have to
Yeah.
be there.
The thing is, I don't want to push anything up more because then you'll start getting like.
The quotes are really just kind of a holdover from the base game anyway, but they're kind of neat.
Yeah.
I don't want to push anything up anymore, because like, I don't want things to be too close to each other because it looks weird and crowded.
Also,
Looks
I
really cluttered.
am just gonna say that when I'm talking about Hifumi, I'm mostly being tongue-in-cheek. I agree that power creep is
Yes.
bad for the game. Even if it is Hifumi, a character that pretty much nobody plays, I'm not gonna make him
Mhm.
bad or anything.
Yeah.
Here, Doodle, this is how you
Yeah.
this is how you fit in text.
Uh-oh, I'm scared. I like.
Now this is how Comic Sans.
Basically, that's it.
Now this is
This
This
is
is
next
how you do
level
it.
memeing.
Except if Kyoto uses his ability. You can also do a contest if you want mono.
What the fuck?
You had to be there.
Hey, what time zone is Mono in?
One of them.
Yeah, he's in one of them.
Should
What
be
if- what if-
bigger
what if-
or smaller?
He's
than
an
that?
EST, I'm pretty sure.
Shit! Fuck!
What-
Damn it! God!
Why?
Okay.
Because it's no
I didn't
longer his
finish it
day.
anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I want you to make stocking, Doodle.
I did.
Well, show us.
Okay. For here. She's just a
Show
little
us
bit more
to-
complex. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing
Where?
Where did you put it?
that. Homebrew.
Oh.
In Humber.
I want to drop it on the table.
yeah, I
No,
thought
he's
you-
not
Oh
putting it
yeah,
on
this
the-
is
why don't you make the good characters, Doodle?
The two main characters.
Yeah, but why don't you make the good character? You know the characters that everybody really likes.
the ghosts that are like Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, exactly.
The sperm soldiers.
They're pretty good.
What? What?
That guy's never gonna see his family again, Doodle. Don't laugh about that. War is hell.
War is hell. If you mean Scanty and knee socks, then
Yeah,
I'll
they're
make
the
them
only-
eventually.
They're the only ones that matter.
I still
I
want
like-
you to
I
add
like
Mr.
Peter.
Petter. That never mind.
Hold on, I forget many things. Hold
It's
on.
Mr. Petter is the name of the Stimpy monster.
Oh.
So, Pulla, when are these lovely boys going in?
Where are you pointing?
I'll put them by Hiyoko.
Let's see.
Move these out of the way.
Don't save this deck because one of them might have a typo.
You can spread it out on the table.
Yeah, I'm not. So once you fix all the cards and get them where you want, just. Put
I
'em-
did do that. I just think this upload has a typo, but I'm pretty sure the current versions I have saved on my computer are correct.
Let's see.
I also have this.
Robocyte's
I've never
Ultra
finished it.
Ego.
Jeez.
You get any items that have been played, no more night items, and no more. So, this one, I'm kind of like, no nighttime items, no morning time items. I don't see a lot of situations where you actually survive this.
This is the spooky one, but I think we talked about it in Homebrew a little bit as well when it was posted.
Yeah, I think I said something like, it's a lot, and it's probably kind of like Kokoro's ability where you're not going to be surviving it most of the time. Also, it affects
depends
everybody
because...
else too. But it is a discard one, so I suppose.
Yeah, I had a couple that were on here that were discards. Also, if you notice, all of them are single use.
Oh, and one of my proudest creations, right? One of my the thing I am most
refresher.
proud
Okay.
of. This.
Okay, yeah, this is fine. It's just it's kind of a
I
different
can't even
refresher.
see.
Like
Oh, you
Econ.
posted it.
Yeah.
Ultimate.
There's
stupid
so
me.
many forms of me.
This one's my favorite. The one that I made.
Before the game begins. This is the big
Fine with
rain
that
one.
one. Yeah, that's kind of a.
I'm just like, wow,
Jammer.
does Doodle hate me?
You must immediately
That
call
was
them
like
a-
that was like a year ago or like a year and a half ago or something.
Jesus.
Okay.
Publicly choose whether to appear on hope or despair.
daily outside of discussion.
You may reveal this card and choose another player. Declare a roll and return this card to your hand. You may only do this an amount of times equal to the amount of kills.
Yeah,
the black
these are all fine.
The GM will reveal if you won when the game
Just
Also, as you know, this is just the
it is just the battle ballot Junko.
right.
I don't know
'Cause,
if I took that one out of the Junko yet.
I don't think so. I think one thing that we were gonna do, but I think we kind of forgot about was. Hang on, let me find these boys.
Oh, Bloodwell's foot again. If someone counterclaims a roll, you may add 1 bit to the draw. You get a Dragon Blade. You must both.
So I think what we were gonna do was, oh fuck, TTS, please. I believe we were gonna swap these abilities.
There's also items that go
Well,
with
you say swap. What I was thinking we were gonna do is. Oh yeah, right.
We were
this
gonna
one.
we were gonna take this off Junko, and give it to
Put it
this
on
Makoto.
Yeah.
So there's this.
Blade.
Oh god, there
Why
were so
were
many.
we gonna do this? Because the problem with
Because
this
I
one
think
is
it's
that
just that.
is that
So
it's,
it doesn't fit
despair
Makoto.
sided. Yeah, it does. But how does this fit
Mako-
Makoto though?
Because picking somebody and going, hey, if they're killed, I draw free cards is basically going, black and don't attack him because I'm gonna get
I mean,
stuff."
it fits a little more because it's a hope-sided ability.
Yeah.
I think the main
So it's
point
more-
was just taking the despair-sided ability and giving it to a despair character, and giving
Right.
this hope-sided and taking this off Junko because it is never going to get played on Junko
Yeah.
because
Wait, what?
everybody is going to go for this Junko.
Oh wait, so switch contagious hope to contagious.
This one rarely gets played. I've actually seen
Right,
it,
and I
though.
just stuck it on the fashion Junko because I was like, you know
Right.
what? There's 80 Junkos in the game. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I just want this art in the game. It can just have this ability because this is a good ability as well that also doesn't see as much play.
Because it's on a Junko. Yeah.
Correct, because it's on OG Junko, but everybody wants the Junko deck.
Right.
So at least I felt if it was on the fashion Junko, people might be inclined to be like, "Oh, I want to play the funny fashion."
I
character.
mean, like when
I
are you
think-
gonna get a battle ballot?
I think this is a good ability. I'm just like, battle bouts don't happen enough
Yeah.
whenever it's there.
Yeah, it's
So
an
it's
ability that's fun to have when it happens. It's just you go into it knowing it. You have
Yeah,
a pretty good
it's,
chance.
Yeah.
there are some people
You-
that they absolutely want to have their ability when they go in the game, and then there are others where it's like, if I don't get it, it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it's
Like
fine.
Naegi.
I just prefer to know I can use
Okay,
it.
so then
Just
we will
play- just play
we'll
a
take
powerless
this and put it
character.
on that, and then take the second and put it over here because OG Junko is pretty much always going to be Junko deck.
Yeah. So I mean, because this ability is fine too, but
It just doesn't fit.
like we were
Makoto
just
at all.
removing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is something that I want to do. I just need to go because I'm very sloppy about some of the character cards. Like some of them are organized really neatly, some of the role stuff is organized neatly, and then like as time went on and we got extra characters, some of them are just like I mocked it up in the other sheets that I have and just took a picture and pasted it onto, because I can't upload these cards as individual cards. I have to upload as like a sheet.
Yeah, you have to do the deck to have it work properly in the hands and
Yeah.
everything for this.
Opinions on Amnesiac? Maybe you haven't seen enough games yet.
I mean, it's basic.
Fine.
It does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
It's just
It's innocent, but despair sided.
wanted to have something no frills that people, because we always need a despair showing. That what makes
Yeah.
the game interesting. all the ones that we have now are fine. You know, Stepping Stone, maybe not World Ender because that's kind of a supplementary investigation role. Lost Student is fine. Despair Disease is fine, although it's a little hard to argue against it. It relies on two people participating in the lie in order for that to happen. So I just wanted something like simple.
I think it is good to add.
Oh, I also have
We're bringing back
one night
homebrew.
A one night. Oh boy.
Why the fuck are we bringing back homebrew? V3.
Oh, Doodle just wanted to show off Blade Wolf because who wouldn't?
Funny.
Alright.
Funny Blade Wolf.
And here's my one night home.
I
my
need
one
sub
night homebrew.
homebrew Blade Wolf. That one I don't have anymore
I think that
because that one had a dog.
Well, dogs are
Oh, I
wolves.
want that, please. That'd be funny.
Where is
Like,
it?
get out my seat. Get
Yeah,
out.
Oh yeah, you don't even know about bubblegum. Where is Seb?
I'll quote you on that. You don't even know about bubblegum.
I never finished the card because I was like, Sub, do you like this? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, cool. Could I play it? And he goes, no. And I went, oh, all right.